Alright, we're working on computers. We are getting all the logistics organised. So we're going to start off with finishing up the building with those in there. Was there anything else I was going to do? Yes. I was going to go up here first. And I was going to change this to adaptive control unit. And this one to modular frame. What's that one? Modular engine. That's what we need. That and that. Perfect. All right. Now I need to, I've got cable coming and I need to work out which, I've got two belts of it, so I've got to identify which one's which so I can go and hook up the correct ones to the cable constructors. And then we have to make the wire constructors. So we'll go and get all that organised. There's a bit of work to be done. We're not shy of a bit of work. Okay, so this is the Pioneer, computers for the Pioneers, which is 40 cable. I'm just going to go to that in my spreadsheet. All right. And then that is this one. So this is the bottom one. It wraps up. Okay, so the top one is for the Pioneer. They should run back together all the way. We're going to double check because they come here. So it's the top one here. And that's the top one here. Okay, so it's this one here. So now it's the one on the right, okay? The one on the right. Here we go around here. So that one there comes down to here. That's the one on the right still. And it comes to here. Now we're going to take this all the way down. So it's the second from the top. That's the furthest it can go. Yep. Are these the cable? I think these are the cable. Yeah, they are actually. Yes. I had to change them, that's right. Alright. Alright, okay. I'll double check this, but I believe these two yep, that's it there. And then they do a special dance to get down to here. And they go around down to there. Alright, perfect. Alright, so we'll go back and we'll join them up. So why don't I do this one here. So this one is the outside one, and then it becomes the top one. Last day of the working week, let's catch the guru. Wait, who is this Eskimo? Cold out there, Smoke? It absolutely is, to glad. It's a little bit cold where I am, but that's okay. We'll just warm up. We'll get through it. Alright, so this top one is the one that's going to connect to the one on the right. Which is this one. Okay, so what we might do is I'm just going to think about this for a sec. I reckon if I do I'm just thinking for a sec. Great watching you do your magic in Satisfactory. Working it? Oh, why thank you. It's always fun to try and see if I can figure out how to get something done. And I think okay, so I don't want to ruin. Well, that's never going to go that way. So this is what I'm going to do. Alright, so we're going to take this one here. We're going to connect it to there. Whoops, let's land on the beam. Let's land on the beam. Let's land on the beam. Got it. I'm going to connect that to there. and then that is going to go to there. That's the correct one now. So what I might do is we'll do that one to there like that. Is that correct? Yeah, because that's the bottom one, and the top one's this one. So the top one I could join anywhere. So what I might do is join it further along. Alright, so it comes out there. I reckon we do it here. Try that again. Why isn't it connecting? If I got these going the wrong way, that should connect to there. Why isn't it connecting? What's this? Where's this one going? That way. Yeah, and that one's going that way. There we go. These are a pesky thing sometimes, the way they want to connect. Jalapeno Obi-Wan, teach me the force spine trick. Well, you just got to force it in. That's what you got to do, just like that. All right, so now I now know the top one is the one for computers, for the Pioneer. So we'll go and hook that up and label that cable machine, and then I know which one's for the adaptive control unit. Okay, so the top one, this is the top one here. It comes in here, it drops down to there. And make sure I got that correct. That one goes there. No, the top one goes across to that one, comes in. So it's this outside one. It's this one, which comes to here. So these two here are my computer ones. Alright, so now we need to do that. Which way is that coming in? No, that's not going to work. Is there another one I can do? There's not enough room to do it that way. Got to think about this. I can still do it if I do... I think we're just going to have to do it differently. So we just put a normal splitter here. We'll put that there. Yep, that'll work. And that'll go there and there. And then this here. Oops. Stupid keyboard. Like that. Alright. That'll be a Mark II. And then the same again here. Yeah, I don't think I want that one there. And then I grab this here. And that'll be a Mark II. I don't think I need to. Alright, and then I need to fix this. Perfect. I'll put my overflow in place. Do I don't need overflows. I don't need these here because I'm using the conveyor lift to support them. This is quite a layout going on here. It's harder than Friday night. It is a bit like that jalapeno. Yep. Yep, and then that one is like that. That's wire and wire. Okay, so now is that the... Right, that. Sorry, I just got to do something very quickly. Right, that's done. I had a little reminder pop up. This is computer for the Pioneer. That's... No, I remember what I was doing. Yep. Yep, that's what I was going to do. Yep. And I'm going to copy that because this one is for the adaptive control unit. And then the wire is 80 for 2 machines, so that's 40 each. And this is 64. 2 is 32.1 each. Or 32 each, not 0.1. And then the output is cable. Copy that. And it's outputting 40 cable. 2 machines, so that's 20 each. And this one's outputting 32 cable. It's 2 machines, so that's 16 each. And then oops. So this one is cable, and these ones are at 66.7%. And then this one, these two are at 53.5%. Oops. There we go. Right. Now, before we go on any further, something I keep saying I want to do is I want to start putting walls on buildings. So we're gonna wall up this building because this is a lot going on at this building, and I want to see if it helps. As we do a building that we're working on, we'll wall it up. That way we're not trying to wall up all the buildings in one go. And then we'll do tidying. We'll make buildings prettier later. Rightio. There's a lot of walls. Looking good. Looking good. Alright, that's that building K walled in. Don't know if it's going to help, but we'll find out. Now we need to bring ingots in. No, we need to bring wire in to these two here. So they could be on the next two here, I think. And they're going to be another floor or so above. I don't think I've allocated these ones yet, because this is all active production lines. Is it on the next floor? Yeah, we've got spare machines up here. My buddy thinks he bought a Bitcoin algorithm that is 99% accurate. No, algorithms predicting the price short term, that is. Well, don't tell everyone, they'll all want one. They'll all want to know. Well, good luck to him. Okay, so there's two here. I think it's 4 machines and 4 machines is what I'm going to need. I've got 2 of those and 2 of those. So now if I go back to wire, this is my wire spreadsheet. So this one is 3 machines, and then that one's 3 machines as well. Yep. All right. So yeah, we'll leave these 2 for the stators for modular engines. So this one and this one, so that's 6 machines. That's 3 and 3. I think he's been roped into a Ponzi scheme. Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, there is no easy way to make money like that. The most obvious logic out there is, why would you sell an algorithm that predicts the price of Bitcoin when you could use that algorithm to make more money with Bitcoin? I'm just going to leave that there. Agree? Yeah. Yeah, it's just obvious stuff. Right, so if I did, yeah, I didn't like this, did I? I did the splitter. The reason I didn't like this was, unfortunately, some people want the cheapest way, the easy way. Oh, I can do that to there. That might work. That's actually... The only thing I don't like about this is it adds this bit of extra belt here and here. And these ones only need to be mark 1 because these are going to be 40 copper ingots coming in and 32. I can fix that. Well, let's hope your mate doesn't lose too much money. I'm going to do the outputs first, and then I'll work out which one's which. Max Smirkin, I'm so jealous of your winter outfit. Hey, there's nothing better than an alpaca hoodie that has alpaca print. I'm just saying. You saw it here first, folks. Is that one? And also, yeah, because I'm cold. I need it because I'm cold. I also have a poncho of this same print. Bought it in 2 different companies, but it's the exact same one. I just accidentally washed the poncho in a hot water cycle and it's not the same anymore. Hard summer here, no more layers left to remove. Oh dear. I know that feeling. Yeah. Summer can be a beach. Oh, that's perfect. Let's do that. Alright, so both of them are Mark II. Well, I hope summer's not too mean to you. That'll work. That'll work pretty nicely here, because I will do this. Alright, so that one will be like that. And that one will be like that. that one will go to there. And this one will go to there, and then we'll turn. So then under here, I want 1, 2. So then I can do so that one is that one there, and then that one is that one there. Everything is frozen here, Jalapeno. Wow. Gaz, hello, welcome. How you going? Good to see you. Alright, that looks good. Yep, they're going to come down. And it doesn't really matter which one's which. I'm well, thanks. Got the cozy fit on this evening. Yeah, it's a bit chilly at the moment. It's a bit chilly. I'm nice and warm at the moment. Having another head cold isn't helping. Those kids just want to share too much. It certainly went to poop after a sunny week. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, guys. Okay, so it's this one here. And this one here. So that's going to be both of these. And this one here is excellent. Because it's going to be that one there. Wow, that looks perfect. And this one is that one there. That's perfect. So let's put some supports here. And supports there. That's great. That's what I wanted. Alright, so now this one is the one for the computers. Okay, so the top one is the one for computers. So that's this one here. So that top one there. So this first set here. These are the computer ones here. Alright, now overflow. Alright, we can do overflow here. Right, so I want to put the logistics down here. SPY fell 50%, I heard. I've got no idea what SPY means. Oh, not that way, I think. I want that way. Alright, so that's one there, and this one will go here. So this will be copper ingots. And that's what that'll be there. The ingots coming in will be Mark 1s. And then we're going to do the overflow here. Right, that comes down here. And this is going to be a merger heading that way. That's going to go to there, and that's going to go to there, and SPY is a collection of tech stocks. Right, I see. I see, said the blind man to his deaf son. Alright, that's our overflow for everything that's coming in up there. So let's put the signs on them now. So now we know this one's computers. And this one will be for adaptive control units. It doesn't matter. So this will be computer. Okay, so now this one now I understand what I'm doing. So this is going to be the cable, because the next thing in the chain... No, this is going to be... How do I work this out? This is 4 computers, adaptive control units, but it's heading to the cable, yes. So it needs to be cable. It makes sense in my head. Oh no, this is Pioneer. Ah, it's an automation game, you betcha. And then this is going to be copper ingots. So that's going to be 40 coming in. And that's 13, a bit for 3 machines, that's 13.335 each. And then that's cable is the output. Wire is the output. And that's outputting 80 wire by 3 machines, which is 26.67 each. Right. This is adaptive control units. And are kangaroo farms real? I don't, well, they are shot for meat and sold, but it's more like you go out culling them. You wouldn't raise them. They are a pest in some areas. Depends what sort of year it's been. If it's been a drought, then they thin out. But if it's been a good year, there'll be lots of them. I'll tell you a fun fact. A kangaroo, a female kangaroo has 3 vaginas. They can be gestating 2 different, I'm pretty sure it's they can have 3 different ones on the go, and one will come out and go into its pouch and suck on the teat. But what can happen is, in the event of a drought, they can just pause the cycle of the growing of a fetus that's in their what's going on down there. I kid you not, this is real. So then when the drought finishes and that one's still alive, that female kangaroo's alive, they can then turn back on the production of those babies and then pump the population up again. Is their milk any good? I wouldn't have any idea. It's not something you can really try because their milk is in the pouch where the young ones. But yeah, I bet you didn't know that. Excuse me. So this is... I need to fix this. This isn't right. I got distracted when I was thinking. That's 10.68. Aussie animals are aliens. They are. You should look up the cassowary bird. They are a direct descendant of a velociraptor. Is it really 3 vaginas or is it 3 worms? I can't remember, to be honest. You'd have to Google it, but it'd be easy to find out. I'm not going to put that in my search history. The cassowary bird is literally a velociraptor. And they will hunt you in packs. A pair of cassowary birds will hunt you, will flank you out and try and attack you. They're like an emu, but much more dangerous. Hey? Yeah. And they're found in Queensland in Australia. In the Queensland rainforests. Oh, he's a good boy, aren't you? But yeah, if you look at they do x-rays of, or they show a fossil of Velociraptor's foot, and they show you a fossil of, or an x-ray or actual bones of a cassowary bird, and they're the same, but just the size is different. Cute doggo, yeah, this is Randy. Hey, yeah, what's going on, mate? What's going on? Ooh. Oh, he's a good boy. Hey, oh, you like that, do you? Scratch your bum, you like that, hey? Yeah. All right, you had enough? Good boy. Thanks for all the hair. Your next dog will be named Dog. I had a mate that had a dog named Deefa and a cat named Sifa. Zinlu with the awesome Randy emotes. All right. Good to see you, Zinlu. Let me finish this, what I was doing. Wire. It's 64 wire being output. So that's 21.36. Do you want one more amazing Australian fact about animals in Australia? Because I've got them. Right, so these 3. Okay, you talked me into it. Do you know Australia has the largest camel population in the world outside of Saudi Arabia? And our camels are exported to Saudi Arabia and all those countries because of the quality of them. What happened was, in the early 1900s, they built a train line in Australia, so they imported 1,000 camels. They're not from our country. And when they finished building the train lines, they let them go. And the desert here in Australia is the ideal conditions for them. Every 7 years, their population doubles. They are a pest. Thankfully, they're only in the deserts and not in sort of normal population. But yeah, they hunt them in helicopters and everything. I bet you didn't think I was going to say that. We talking camels? Yep, Gaz. See, Gaz knows about it. We talking camels. Yep. Alright, and this one is 88.9. Mean Mofo's been aggravated. Yeah. He's going to spit in your face. They're not a happy beast. I would not like to cross a camel on a bad day or on a good day. Okay, we've got those wire constructors made now. And they're going to go, we need to bring the copper ingots across. You had camel burgers once, actually pretty nice. I have not tried camel meat before. I'll have to add that to my to-do list. Let's cover this building up. Sounds chewy. Don't know if good enough for the effort to make them, but yeah, not bad. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. There's certainly been an acquired taste. But if they were a wild population where you lived, and you could easily cull them, then it'd make for a good dog food and that sort of source of free food. Wonder if you could cut them open like they do in Star Wars with those snow beasts and sleep in them, like Luke did. Or was it Hans? I can't remember. You were thinking the same thing? Yep. Han cut it open for Luke to warm up. Yes, that's right. That's it. And that was a PG movie. How funny is that? Yep, we'll just cut this beast open and shove you in it. You'll be right. That's not it at all? What was it? You weren't thinking about that. You were thinking about something else. Understandable. Just check you're right. Yeah, I think Gaz is right. Did you know PG films are allowed one swear word before they become M-rated? Wow. I did not know that, Gaz. Learned that when some of the Hobbit actors talked about it for Lord of the Rings. They asked the question, which one line would you put the swear word? Wow. Those triangle shadows on the wall, Max, I know, right? I noticed that too. I'm like, what's going on with... Did I accidentally put triangles within the walls? You and me both, mate. You and me both. I'm closing these buildings because I want to see if it's going to affect my performance. And I'm just doing it building by building. As I build something in a building and it hasn't had walls added, we're going to add them. I remember when I used to have to build walls one by one. Back in my day. Let's build foundations one by one. I even had a video on how to place foundations using a macro. I still have that video. Making macros and having to keep up with them, that's it, Zinlu. That was a pretty awesome macro I had. Are you going to sort yourself out, Mr. Truck? There we go. Yeah, on my thumbnail. Pretend to have mods. Cheat like a pro. Alright. Now we've closed those buildings in. I've got to say, it's a little bit better, I think. Oh, well, we need to bring in some copper ingots now. Randy's cube factories, Max. Well, I suppose. All right. Okay, I want to change these ones. Would there be a problem if I move them here? They're not going to interrupt those two. There's going to be some clipping there. Oh, actually, yeah. That's the only issue. We'll just get rid of these. Alright, so they're going to be going that way. Alright, that's okay there. Oh, is that going to be a problem? That's going to be a problem there. Crud. What were these coming up for? They're going... Oh no. No, they're not going to be a problem at all. Oh, that one will be. What's it? What is it for? What am I doing? Effort. Oh. Oh yeah. That's okay. I can... So this one here... Yeah, so if I do this one here, I have to start over now. Kind of. Not a lot. I have some secret tricks up my sleeve. Like that trick there. That sorted that one out. And then so that was this one here. Expanding this factory is going to be brutal. It lacks scalability. We just go up another floor. The scalability is upwards. This only purpose of this building we're in is to make wire. We send the wire to the copper factory or wherever it's got to go. That's a different factory. There we go, fix that problem. Right, and where am I? Here we are. So this is what I wanted. This was coming in, this is it. Perfect. Alright, so you're in the wire factory, that's right. The height doubles instead of the length. Yeah, we just put another floor on top and we just add more, there's basically 18 constructors per level. Let's just get that wire. That's annoying me. I might put this down for a bit. My ears are warm now. Alright. You're in the... Of course I'm in the wire factory, Gaz. And so are you. Alright, so what I was trying to do was this. Now, this is what we want here. We've got copper ingots. They're going to come across from that factory. They're on that floor. So it's 3 and 4. So it doesn't. You can still use power shards. There are 2 approaches to factory buildings: min-max or exact item production. Smokin prefers exact items from spreadsheets because if you use min-max, you still don't utilize all items produced. That's right. I'm not going to use a ton of power. I'll tell you how much power I'm going to use, Jalapeno, and you can check it out here in this link to my spreadsheet. This spreadsheet here has everything calculated, and I will consume 232,223 megawatts in production. And I should be generating... Oh, this is the power generated. Should be 277,000. And that doesn't include doing the augmenter on top. And you can check out the spreadsheet yourself and see where I'm going wrong or where I'm going right. But that is the whole playthrough already calculated. Since induction of alien power matrix plus augmenters, power question is irrelevant. That's true. Those smoking sheets are amazing. Thank you very much. So I want to do 1 to there. So that one should go to number 3. And then that's 2, 3, that's 4 there. And then we'll... Oh no, that'll be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 too short, so I reckon we'll do it here. to there. Does the total power of production decrease when AFK? I don't AFK. I only play the game when I stream. When I'm not streaming, I might load the game on a different save file just to have a look at some numbers, but that would be it. I'm interested now that I've done this. If I want to do some extra footage for a video I'm making, then I might do that. Let's see, is that going to cut in? That cuts in, doesn't it? Yeah, that's a bit yuck. No, it's not what I want. And in terms of total production, on the input of every machine or every group of machines, I've got overflow set up, so it will sync. So even when something backs up, like the production box, the final box that my heavy modular frames goes is full, then not only do the heavy modular frames, the output of that one, that gets sunk, but the screws, the pipes, the encased industrial beams, and the modular frames, those input products also have an overflow on them, and they will go to the sink. So I am maxing out my power consumption all the time. What do we got here? Pulse, this one here, and this one here. So this one will be this one is for my wire. This is where I need to change this. So this is the 80 wire. So I want to make this. This is where I need to change some of these icons so it makes more sense. Your power consumption rate is constant then? Yeah, it should be. So it does waver a bit, but and this one will be for the copper sheets, I'm pretty sure. Now this is for the stator. Hold on. Copper ingots. Let's have a look. I've got 40 out and 80 out. Okay, so it's the copper sheets for the computers is the 80, and the 40 is for the cable. That's right. Yeah, okay, it's that one there. Right. Okay, so that I made a mistake there. This one I'm not going to have turned on just yet. That's for copper sheets. And this one is for the wire. Right, so now I need to take this output here, and then I need to build the other machines here, we'll do shortly, to do those other wire happening. oh, the next bunch of copper. So we might go with, let's have a look. What are we doing? We've got the next two. So why don't I take let's do this. That one. And I'm going to quickly take a toilet break, folks. So I'll leave you with this lovely scene here, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. Jalapeno, how did you type that if he's not at the computer? Who said I left my computer? I said I was going to the toilet. I didn't say I was going to leave my computer. I might have just turned my camera and my mic off so you didn't hear me make noise. I've got a chair like Homer's that you just sit in and do the business. I'm glad to see you laughing. Am I laughing? It's a good, Am I telling the truth? I guess you'll never know. Let's get this hooked up. Who cares? Well, you never know. Alright, so that one's gonna go to there. Yeah. Right. Alright, so the top one's computers. So the top one is computers, yeah. I did do that. Yeah, that's that one. That's the 40 coming in. Let's go double check that. Yep, it's the top one. What? Oh yeah, I'm looking at this top one thinking the top one, but no, it's this one, the top one. That's it, perfect. Alright. Good to see, Jalapeno. All I care is that people are having a good time. That's all that I care about. It's quite often a very quiet chat here, chilled out chat. And yeah, I like it that way. It means people are comfortable while they're playing their game or doing whatever. Alright, so that will be 2, 3, 4. The foot is just on that. One, 2, 3, 4. That there. No. That one there. So that foot, that's the second, that's the third, the fourth. That's foot's just after the fourth line. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the foot's just after it. Perfect. Hopefully that doesn't conflict with that. No, we're just lucky. Alright, so now I need to work out what these are all for. I'm a bit cold on the head again. Let's get that in there properly. I want the foundry power pole. Power must be distributed over here. Okay, now splitter for the foundry. That's it there. So that's one. And there's two. That should be three. That one was off. That's it there. Yeah, that one's not right at all. And then I think I've got one here. This one. Yep. That's it. So that goes in now. No, it goes in this way. That's it. Yeah, like that. And that goes like that. And then whatever happened to snapping a splitter on a lift and calling it a day? I'll show you what happens when you snap a splitter to a lift and calling it a day. Here's the splitter. Let's put let's go to some 3 constructors. Rightio? Now, if you put a lift like that, and a lift like that, and a lift like that, and I wanted a splitter like that, so that one comes in like that, and that one comes in like that, and it's lovely and curved. Rightio? So now we'll do what you said, and we'll put a splitter on a lift, and now I'm going to run that to there, and I'm going to run that to there. What happened to that really nice, straight, neat look? That's because I do load balancing, input and output load balancing. I don't do, very rare for me to use a manifold. And that's what makes me different to other people. Now, I'd certainly snap a splitter onto a lift if they sat out from it and properly attach to it like these ones do. Everything here is load balance. When I turn all of this on, it will all just start working at the same time, as opposed to a manifold where you have to wait for it to saturate. And all these machines now, I'm going to allocate for the next bunch of production lines. So I've got here some modular engines. So that's one, that's two machines. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's perfect. And 9 will be the alclad sheet. Perfect. So I'm going to do these ones here. They're for the copper sheets, aren't they? Doesn't matter, really, at the end of the day. That's one. I did that at 106.7. So actually, I'm going to do this one. Oh, actually, no. I completely forgot. These are copper alloy ingot recipes. That's going to change everything. So we just have to do a little bit of maths to update these. Man, but you can set up maybe 3 times the production lines in the same time. Well, if that's what you want to do, but you are then going to have to wait for them to all saturate before they're useful. There's no right or wrong way to play this Satisfactory. It's just however which way makes you feel good about how you've got it set up. If you like to just do that and be done with it, that's great. But when you look at my factory, I can see everything moving along nicely. It's wonderful. All right, so that's actually going to mean we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 and 10. We might make that one there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right. What is our foundry sign currently? That is what? No, okay. We're going to update that. The goals of difference makes sense, absolutely. Right. So really don't care what it's going to be. In this case, I'm just going to put is there a question mark? Yep. I'm just going to put this here, Pioneer. So the iron coming in, it'll be copper. And a lot of these are going to be the same, something like 7.5 by 1, 7.5. And this one is iron. Which would be that. And then this is going to output copper. For this one, it'd be 15. Right. So I'll save that. Yep. Clear it. We're going to take it all. Triple X Pioneer, don't Google that. Oh, that's a good point. Zinli, yep, it's all up to personal preference. Some of us like spaghetti, some don't, some balanced, some manifold. There's no wrong way. As long as you're enjoying it, that's the correct way. Absolutely, Zinlu. Okay, so we're going to go with that can just all be there. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Buckle up, there's a raid incoming.
8, 9.
Thank you, Ataphasma, for the
Look
raid.
out, we've got a raid
8
coming
viewers.
in. Ataphasma coming in. Welcome, Phasma. Good to see you. Thanks for coming to the raid. Folks, if you're not following, click the love heart icon. Give them a follow. Check them out. They're a great streamer. Welcome, Garden Green, coming in with the raid. Good to see you, Phasma. Good to have you here. Right, now. So this will be... This one is for modular engine, and this will actually be wire. Rightio. And that will be at 15%. That's that one. Got a raid run. Kitty's having some issues. Got to clean up. No worries. Understand it completely. I hope all will be well. Okay, this one will be for modular engine. And this is also wire. One's for the stator and one's for the rotor. Nagarath, Demon, welcome. Thanks for coming in with the raid. I hope you're doing well today. And this one will be 10 and 10. We're just setting up some production lines. Doing a bit of prep work for our next bunch of machines that we'll be building. This saves a lot of time in the future. I don't need that one on right now. This one will be at 20%. Put that one on standby. Not really, voice down, got some mad cough the last few days. Sorry to hear, man. I totally understand it. I have that with kids at childcare giving me colds all the time. It's going to take me about 6 months to get my immunity up to scratch. Alright, this one will be for adaptive control units. And this is for copper sheets. Not cheat. Not cheap, sheet. Look! Candy canes. Not even the event has been unlocked and you can select them. That's this one. So this will be 20... and that's 20, and this will be 40 is our output. Perfect. And this one will be at 40%. And then this one is the also adaptive control unit. And also copper sheet. One's for the circuit boards for the computers and one's for the circuit boards for the adaptive control unit. And this is 64, so that's 32. That's 32, and that is 64. So that'll be a 64 clock rate. Rightio. Diamond, he has some impressive builds in his channel. He certainly does. He certainly does. Very clever indeed. This is the one I actually need. This is for adaptive control units as well. This is for the wire. Okay. And this will be for wire. And it's 32, so these will be 16. And 32. Rightio. Okay, so that one. This is the one that we actually want to go in this spot here. So what we might do is which one was it again? It is this one. I'm just going to do this temporarily. That's actually the height I probably want to use initially. once I get to, well, yeah, here. That'll be perfect. So that'll be coming here. Is that right? Yeah, it is, because I have to avoid that as well. Right, and that can go... Perfect. And that now will connect over to there. Demon, next week goes the first ever planned factory in this stream save because way less space for stuff I want to have in that tower. Yeah, right. Interesting. Looking forward to seeing it. Alright, so that's that one. And we'll leave that one turned on. This one is Alclad aluminum sheet. And this is actually for that. So that's going to get that. And this is 5. A whopping 5. I'm not sure about... Oh yeah, because I have 2 factories as well. You know what? I'm not going to do that one. That's going to be factory B. We're going to skip that one. Actually. Because I have another copper ingot factory. And we're going to do it in that one. So this will be turbo ammo. And this will be for copper sheet. You want to feed that augmenter fully in it? Ooh, nice. That sounds good. That's what I want to hear. Just got to do a couple of quick calculations here. This is 15. Oh, nice. Oh. And this is 30. Rightio. So that one is at 30%. Rightio. Don't touch augmenters, they'll arc. No, just give you a little bit of a jump start, that's all. Okay, this one is for radio control units. And it was actually for the wire the copper. And that is going to be 26.25. And that will be 52.5. Put that one in standby. That one I wanted to leave on. Or did I? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that's the radio control unit, and that was at 52.5. Okay. It has to run. You want that 30% power boost? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, then there is... Ah, perfect. Copper sheet for the radio control unit, and that is 2... Oops, my mistake. Yeah, 2 at 66%. So actually, that's going to go in the middle here of both of them. So this is copper sheet. Right. And that will be 33 in each machine. So it's 66. 2 machines is 33 each. And that will output 66. 132 for 2 machines is 66 each. Perfect. Alright, so that is perfect. Alright. Good question, Jalapeno. Good question. So that's going to be 20, 30. These are all Mark 1s. And this is going to be 30, 32, 48. So that'll be a Mark II. And then this will be 26 and 66. That'll be a Mark II as well. And I'm going to put down a sign of the total. So I think if I just put this here, maybe they're going to come in from there, sort of, I think. I want to put it somewhere. We'll just put it here. I'll put it here. And I just want to add it all up. Well, you know, so I've got I know how much it is later when I change things. $10 plus $20 plus $32 and $16. And then 15 and 26.25 and 66. 192.75. I'm just going to do that. Perfect. Sounds good, jalapeno? All right. So that means this will be a Mark III here. Now I need to bring in copper and iron. I have iron ready to come in. I didn't put... Did I cover my doors up? Why don't I have doors here? I don't know. Okay, so now that's what this is here. This is copper coming in. And do I do... Let's have a look over here. It'll be the next one up, I think. Sorry, iron. That's iron coming, which is what I want. That's interesting. Actually. Because that would be 480 coming in. Yes. And then I'm sending it upstairs, aren't I? Alright, we're going to do the same here. I want to know how much iron and copper is required here. Something I didn't think about earlier on, but now I know that I need to understand it. Alright. So 45 and 60. And then 20. And 100. And then 15 and 15. And 12.5. Right, so that's 267.5. And then you've got, then I'm sending excess upstairs. So let's find out why and what's being used upstairs. Yeah, so let's do the maths for this one. $42. And 15. So that's 189. So that was 189. Right, so if we had 189, let's do some quick maths. $456, and if we had $480 coming on those belts, then yeah. So that's, I know for sure the iron is definitely The iron is definitely a 480. So we're going to have to bring up that other iron into here for the other side. The copper, I think, is a normal. There's two copper nodes I'm using so far. One's an impure, which feeds these. Because this is my first setup. And then I have that copper there coming in and being sunk. Where is this all coming from? We need to do a bit of assessing where stuff's coming in. Right, so this is the impure. So we're getting 150. So that's coming in here. We've got 45. Another 45. And 60. That's the 150. That is we'll just copy that. Oh, crap. Let's do that again. So we know that one's fine. Now this one here is 135 coming in, and my excess is just going to the sink. So why is that? And where's it coming from? Oops. So that's coming from over there. There's a copper node over there. Alright, let's go and have a look. I was going to truck this in too. This is a copper here, isn't it? Yeah. Now we're troubleshooting the load balance. Nope, we're not troubleshooting the load balance. We're finding out how much resources we're bringing in to my production facility so I can make sure I've got the right amounts coming in. Because we're going to have to bring more copper in, so I'm making sure I'm allocating it correctly. So that was 270. I can up that to 300 if I want. And the other one is over here. So that's the 300. Interesting. Because it was 150. No. We'll go back there. We'll go back there and we'll make a few decisions. So basically I can get 600 out of those two. And we'll just have to balance into it, the overflow into the other one, and we should be right. Okay, so it was 135, so if I had 300, then I'd have 165 remaining. And this other one coming in here is 300. So I'm really... It was... I'm going to make a note here for a second. So I've got 165 spare copper. And then this was 267.5 plus 600 from 2 nodes? No way. So a Mark II miner on a normal node will give you 300 from each node. Way. And this is 189. Right, so minus 300. I need 156 and I've got 165 spare. You should have been a miner. It does sound like you're under 18, Jalapeno. I'll be here all night. Perfect. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we'll go... I can do it now. So this overflow here, I'm going to send it should be able to send it directly over here and inject it. I would probably do it on the next floor up. Here, I should inject it here. That would make the most sense. Because this copper coming up will be 300. And overflow... Ah, yes. That's what I need to do. Yep. I need to Yep, that'll be right there. So if I put that there, oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to do that. Right, that keeps going. So I go 3 and 4. I put that like that. Okay, that's the overflow there. Oh, it's a bit choppy through here. That looks correct. Alright, so right will be copper, and straight ahead will be overflow. Guys, the Jurassic Park franchise needs to be put to rest. You need walls inside the factory? Why do I need walls inside the factory? I'm quite happy with my factory. The way it is. The one just came out a few months back, worse than Terminator. I did hear it wasn't that good. Right, the good news is I need to bring a new copper node in. We already have a spare iron node that I'm going to bring in. I would like to truck these in, but maybe later. Yep, that's good. Alright, and while we're here, we'll deal with that later. Jan, hi, question regarding pipes. I have 2x12 turbo generators in line, but the last two and sometimes two more do not work. In my mind, these use 4.17 each for a total of 100.8. I use a value limit pipe input to 100.1. Can you indent why the problem why the last two don't work? I would say pipes can be a bit iffy at times. They don't always work the best. But what I would recommend, something I do recommend is, and I can go and show you over on mine. Where am I? Over here. A lot of people don't do this, and is making sure they are fully saturated before you turn them on. So if I go over here to some generators, so I've got some turbo fuels here. And this one's saturated. It's got a full buffer. You know, I saw some video where it's recommended at the end of a pipe to place elevated fluid butter, but I didn't try it. Don't you have to fully turn them on to fully saturate them? So if I put it on standby, and if I empty out the buffer, it will fill up. And then if you then turn them on, when they're fully saturated and the pipes are fully saturated. So even when the buffers are fully saturated, you then go and check the pipes. And you come to your pipe and you have a look at your pipe. And is your pipe full? And you go all the way back to where it begins to make sure, even to the extent of going to your turbo fuel refineries and having a look at them. They're not full, but they are working at a nice level. Whereas this one, you can see that's emptying, so it just varies. Pipes are a bit finicky at times, to be honest. It can be difficult to work it out. There is another thing you can do, a different way you can fully saturate them is I'm just trying to find, I've got a video I can show you. I don't know where it is. I've got a million buttons here in front of me. I'm just trying to find that one. 100% prime power start shows you how you can saturate them all and then switch it on. How did I turn my pipe red? You go into the customizer and you edit your pipeline swatch and you set your color, and that's the default color for pipes. And then the end of the So if you did that, if everything was saturated and then you turn the power on, and then over time it wasn't keeping up anymore, then either there's a weird pipe somewhere in your setup that you're gonna have to figure out, or the maths isn't 100% correct and it's not working. It can be really finicky. Sometimes the easiest that you can do is maybe try and underclock one of them a little bit so it's not using as much, and then that may help confirm it will always work. You'll try and saturate. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but the saturation is a good way of getting everything fully operational. You just have to, the thing is, you just have to wait for it to all fill up all the pipes. Okay. Now I need to bring in more copper. But I think, and iron, but I think this time, so I should have a spare copper node here somewhere. It's a spare limestone. There. Another normal. Yeah. Next to that one. I think we'll just bring that in. Where am I? This way. You meant turbo, you meant rocket fuel. Okay. The same thing applies, Jan. It's even better that that it's not rocket fuel, because gas doesn't need any pumps. But then I would still do the same thing. Saturate it fully saturate that pipe out, and then that would perhaps that would answer your question anyway. Now I need to go to the toilet. I will be back in a second, folks. Rightio. Do valves work as flow limiters with gases? They certainly should. I am not aware of any reason why they wouldn't. I'm going to... I mean, I have been proven wrong before. That goes to there. Ah. Or do ramps. Yeah, we'll do group metal. Why not? Now, get rid of this little nodule. Alright, let's get this in place. Goes about there. This is a rocky desert, that's correct. It is indeed. I reckon. Oh, look at that. A little freaking piece of belt I nearly missed. That'll be enough. Yep. You've been skipping coal power in playthroughs? Yeah, I mean, it's a certainly easy thing you can do. Ah. That's not what I wanted. One off. That one's right. It's because of that. Yeah, actually. This might be okay. Yeah, no, I do need to move across. Yes. The question is... what's that going to look like? That'll be fine. Perfect, no clipping. Running super on biofuel constructors is so nice. It's pretty handy. It definitely works. Yeah, certainly changed the game. And the fact that you can feed feed the biomass burners. Alright, that's our 300. So now this should just go straight back quite easily, because it will just snap onto the existing ones. Wherever they are. You didn't realise they were hand feed at only 1 point? Yeah. Update the 1.0 release, I believe, is when they added inputs to the biomass burners. Before that, you had to hand feed them. Back in my day. What's going on here? It's because that's not a... yeah. I know what's going on. Because they're all structural, and it actually is, this is the connection point. There we go, like that. Guys, see you later. Enjoy the stream. Thank you. We'll chat to you later. So if I was smart, maybe... well, it doesn't have to be there. It can be down here. Can't avoid it anywhere around there. and that's all in the way. It probably makes sense if I bring it up here. I'll give Randy a pat for sure, Gaz. Is that where I want it to be? Yeah. Let's see what that looks like. I'm missing stairs on this side of the building. So if that went up there... Oh, here we are. So realistically... come in that way. Overflow and left, no, right is copper. It's only 192, that's perfect. Alright, and then overflow will go straight ahead. I'll deal with that in a second. And iron's going to come in from a different angle. Alright, well if that's there, then that's actually not going to like going up. I would actually not that there. Aha, it's coming along there. That's perfect. I don't have to change anything. Horsey, hello, welcome. I'm feeling mostly okay. Just got, you know, germs from kids, from the childcare stuff I do. Still trying to get over that stuff, but apart from that, I'm okay. I should have actually kept that. I hope you're doing well, Horsey. That looks great. Nice, you know a bit of Yorkshire slang? Yeah, I'm good. Well, you know, I am a convict of the descendants of convicts from your great land. Hold on, I don't need to go through the roof. Perfect. But look what you become. I know, right? And you're all jealous and want to come and live here. That's perfect. Alright, we'll deal with overflow in a minute when I bring in the iron, because the iron's the other one to bring in. Might as well take the elevator. Another floor to go down. I think I found my bug. Nitro is not coming fast enough as I need 640, but pipes limited to 600. There's your bug, Jan. Absolutely. So you just need to chop it in half. Chop your output in half from wherever you're outputting and run 2 pipes, 2 Mark II pipes of 320 each, and you'll be set. I still recommend doing that saturation that I was talking about. This one, I would like to, and there's no reason why I won't. Yeah, we'll do it. Yep, that is ongoing. Awesome. Good finds, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of those tough ones sometimes to find too. It's not that obvious. Oh, this will work. This will work perfectly. And still part of the Commonwealth. Some of the Anzac troops were at the day end of the Cree War. Yeah. Yeah, it's we have been together for a while. I think I want to take that to there. This to here. And then oh, that's no, one too many. Dear Mum, my brain is crazy today. I tried to balance out 4 to 4 belts, but brain did not do the job for it. Oh dear. Well, you didn't have good foresight. go. I break quite often, yep. I had 4 Mark 5 belts, but the train input was not equal all the time. That's why I wanted to balance it to all 4 over the same amount of time. Yeah, right. Looks like an airport belt room. I could do. Okay, this is perfect. So this is coming to here. This is where it still gets tricky. Although no. No, I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do that. There we go. Alright, so then this. And then this will come to here. Alright, so that will go up to there. And now we just need to run in that other iron. And then we'll do the overflow and we'll be done. So where would I do it? At the same, or I come on the lower one? I would come on the one below it, you reckon? Probably. Yeah. But it's going to be marked 4. If I did it, so where's that coming out? It's coming out straight flush. We could go here. And then that would just be like that. That'll be 480, then we'll max that out. Nice. And that will be our copper ingots running. We should have at least the cable made that we've been wanting to make all this episode. No, that's got to be to here. Can actually go to there. No. No. Oh yeah, I won't need that. Oh, sweet. So I just need to bring overflow in. I have we can do that here. Yep, we'll do that. So where's that coming up? In the normal spot? It is. Yep, and then I just need to put, I'm going to put a, I'll do it at 4. Ah, wrong spot. there we go. We got our overflow. Now, I've now got, these are the new ones that I just started. So, and the other ones have been going for a bit, so let's just go check that it connects up correctly. So they are... That hasn't been going anywhere. It has been. Let's go trace it and find out why it's not moving. Oh, it's gone down to there, so I just haven't hooked it up. Or the machines don't have power. Or there's a belt not connected properly. That's all it was. Alright. We're just going to have a look at when this other cable is going to come through. Wire, I mean. So the wire should be coming in here. We're just waiting for it to come in here. It's going to take a little bit of time. We've got that effect going on. There's some going up now. That's going to take a while, and I think we're going to check up on it on the next episode. We'll make sure this gets through to the cable. But that's just, we're just scratching the surface on our computer build. Because now we've done the cable for these ones. That was just the cable for the, let's have a look here. Computers. So that's the cable is now running in soon. Circuit boards, which is copper sheet, will be next. We'll do those next. And then the plastic will be last. And we made all the copper ingots for the copper sheets. So they will be awesome. So we will be doing, in the next episode, we'll continue with that. That will be, I've already made the circuit board machines. We just need to run the copper sheet. We need to create the copper sheet constructors and run them back to those. So a little bit of work to be done, not much. And then plastic, which will be, we're going to have to bring crude oil in on train. So that's a new adventure, a new part of our journey. But we do now have cable coming out. But this is going to take a while to get over there, and we will not bother following that. That's quite the journey. So we'll catch up with that on the next episode. We'll see where it's up to. Find out where any issues are. But we're making a start. As you can see, there's the first cable coming out there. Rightio. I wonder how many coupons we made today, because we should be sinking heavy modular frames now. 6. So that's 2 more up. We normally made 4 or 5, so we've definitely improved there. Rightio. Busy episode today, folks. We were setting up copper ingots. That's pretty much all we did today. We got them set up for the wire constructors, for the cable constructors, for the computers and that we're working on. But also we set up another 8 more foundries making copper ingots for our future production lines. And we've got the iron and copper coming in, so it's all running great. We'll continue that in the next episode. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.